I'm Dr. Bill Phillips. I'm in my office at Eastern Kentucky University. And this is a mini lecture on developing an improvement plan for ourselves. This is part of the course on college teaching. And of course, the fundamental and powerful concept for this course is that we will learn how to create significant learning experiences for students. One of the ways that we do that is we become better teachers. And in the book, Achieving Teaching Success, has in it a rubric called RATE. And RATE stands for Rubrics for Attaining Teaching Excellence. And that's critical that we look at these rubrics and we evaluate ourselves. It's in the appendix in the back of the text. And what I'd ask that you'd do is that you'd go through each one of these rubrics one by one and mark down where you think you are presently and see what you need to improve, what you're already good at, and what you'd like to develop in the future. Now, we can't change everything at once. If we change everything at once in our teaching, we'll probably confuse students. So what I'd ask you to do is go through these rubrics and find one area that you'd like to concentrate on next semester, next year, and improve in that one area. And then write an improvement plan talking about how you're going to improve. Are you going to go to workshops? Are you going to read books? Are you going to try different things? Are you going to get a mentor that will help you with these things? Are you going to get student feedback in that area? Make that part of your improvement plan. What you're going to improve, how you're going to improve it. There's something called a SWOT analysis that some of you may be familiar with. It's often used in business context. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Think about that as you fill out these rubrics. Identify your strengths. You want to capitalize upon them. Identify your weaknesses. You want to overcome weaknesses. Identify your opportunities. You want to take advantage of those opportunities so that you might become better. And identify threats. Threats usually are things that will significantly set you back. In business, it's things that will wipe you out, things that will cause your business to go under. You're probably not going to go under as a teacher, but there are threats, and those threats are putting your students to sleep, not being an effective teacher, confusing students, and threats you want to eliminate. You want to get rid of them, and you want to do that quickly. So, as you go through and develop this improvement plan, I would ask that you would identify and do a SWOT analysis. List your strengths, list your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Make them a part of this improvement plan. Identify them specifically. Now, I'm not identifying them, but you're doing a self-assessment. Sometimes we have a hard time seeing ourselves for what we are, what we really are. If that's difficult for you, invite a colleague that you trust to do that SWOT analysis with you. To have them honestly look at you and say, you know, I perceive that these are your strengths. Here's some things you may want to work on. Here's some opportunities for you. And here's a couple of things you want to get rid of. That would be very valuable to you. That's where peer evaluation really can come in and help you improve. One of the things that I like to do during the semester is to stop in the middle of a course and ask a colleague that I trust to come into my course and for me to leave the room and for them to ask the students, what do you really like about this course? What could be improved? And how would you improve it? And then for my colleague to write these things down and bring them back to me and for the two of us to sit down and discuss them. And then for the next class period, for me to come in and say, here's what I understand that you said to my colleague. You like these things about the course. You're confused by these things, these areas. You don't like these things, and here's how you'd like for me to improve it. And then we'll negotiate at that point. What will change about the course? I think that shows students that you have an intellectual humility, that you're willing to listen to them, that you want them to learn, and that you're going to do everything that you can to help out with that. It's a type of a way to do a SWOT analysis, to look at your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. I found that students appreciated that more than any other self-improvement thing that I did. So if you have that opportunity, you may want to include that as part of your improvement plan as well. It's not necessary. You don't have to. You do have to rate yourself on the rubrics. You do have to do a SWOT analysis. The other thing that I'd ask you to do is to then set SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Just write a goal. Make it very specific. This is what I want to change. Make it measurable. Make it attainable. Make it realistic. And make it timely. Set a time. I'm going to do this within the next year. I'm going to do this within the next 6 months. So for this improvement plan, rate yourself using the rubric, use a SWOT analysis, and then write SMART goals. And then turn that in electronically. Thank you.